Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another episode with me in Get Help with Tanmay Mehta. And in this particular talk show, as you all know, we would be answering the 3 questions that my team has shortlisted, which they feel would gather or address more and more people's queries so that you all are in a better place to take well informed, wise and correct decision when it comes to buying anything to everything in the home cinema industry. Like always, we were going to have a winner for these particular questions, who is going to be handpicked by me and Abhishek, and that particular person is actually going to get a lifetime access to directly talk to me and ask any queries that he has in the mind now or at any point in future. Now, in case you want to not miss out on this opportunity of addressing or asking your questions, make sure to use the link that is shared in the description as well as is pinned to this particular video and to all our other videos. So at any given point of time you have anything to ask for us, that can be one of the links wherein you can put up your queries and my team will be selecting the best questions from that. So over to Abhishek, who is going to be the voice of your questions today. Yes, Abhishek.
So Sarfaraz Ahmed asks, my budget is almost 1 lakh for home theatre. I am confused how to choose home theatre. According to your videos, I am confused between STP-076 and Yamaha 3072, and also prices are too much high nowadays. I simply want a home theatre with Dolby Atmos.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sarfaraz, for asking that question. I know you must have seen our previous videos, which are almost 2 years ago, that have been shot, and in that videos we have spoken about 2 systems which are good 5.1 home theatre systems in a decent price range and is entry level to the entire hi-fi home theatre space. So the 2 systems are Pioneer HTP-076 and YHT-3072 from Yamaha. Now both these systems today, when we did our last video, they were priced around 50,000, whereas if you look at the current price, they are priced around almost 75 to 80 grand, which is a way too high jump, and honestly speaking I don't really find them worth that amount today, for a very simple reason, because you get a good component based home theatre system in around 80-85,000. So in case you are spending 75,000 on these systems, I would ask you to hold on, and it would be wise to look at some other options that are available in the market, wherein you can buy a separate AV receiver, which can be from Denon, Pioneer, Onkyo, these brands, a 5.1 AV receiver, and you can buy a separate speaker packages from Polk, Elac, Magnat, Sonodyne. These are all options. Now these systems will be way more better in performance compared to YHT-3072 and Pioneer HTP-076. So that is something that you can look around. And typically for a budget of 1 lakh rupees, how to do Atmos? Well, there are 2 amplifiers which are doing the round for giving you Atmos setups. The first one is Onkyo TX SR494, which is priced at around 64,800, and the second AV receiver is from Pioneer, which is Pioneer VSX835. Now that is also priced around 64,800. Now both these AV receivers, which are priced at 65, plus any of these speaker packages which are around 50,000, and to add to that you will have to buy 2 more ceiling speakers for the Atmos, which can take your package somewhere closer to 1.25. So 1 lakh might not be the right budget, but 1.25 can definitely give you a good Atmos home theatre experience, in which case the Wi-Fi part would be missed on the AV receiver, but rest everything you will get it for sure. So I hope, Sarfaraz, you have got your answers, as well as to all of you. I hope now you know how to do a budget home theatre, that to Atmos home theatre under 1.25 lakh rupees. Over to Abhishek.
So Vijay Hebare asks, how to take care of acoustics for home theatres in living rooms, specifically in Indian house or flats?
Wow. So Vijay, I think we have spoken in detail as well earlier on this. So living room acoustics can be challenging, because even when you install a good hi-fi home theatre system in the living room, acoustics can be a big issue, because we cannot treat the room just the way you can treat a dedicated home cinema or a media room. Now in living room, the best simple techniques that I follow and I would recommend, so there are only 3 techniques that you can actually take care of. So first one is your sofa or recliner, or the sitting. So all the sitting equipments are made of cushion and has got good infill material inside, so that can be something which can absorb sound. The second element which you can use in your living room is just put on small carpet or a loose rug on the floor, which can take care of acoustics for the floor. And the third thing that you can do is, I'm sure most of the living rooms would have big windows and curtains. So when you buy these curtains, buy thick fabric blackout curtains so that they can take care of your sound echo control. Now these three techniques can help you reduce the acoustics in a living room scenario. And apart from that, if you are interested to know about what all different acoustic panels you can put up on the wall, well, there are a lot of good canvas finish acoustic panels which are from the size of 1 feet by 4 feet, 2 feet by 2 feet, 2 feet by 4 feet, which you can simply hang on the wall, and they are as easy as hanging a frame on the wall. So these acoustic material or frames can do the job of beautifying the decor, because as I said, it's canvas finish, so you can always have a good art decor on top of it or a good artwork on it, and that is how that can add a good element into your living room. At the same time, it can take care of your room acoustics. So these are some simple methods in having your room acoustics, especially in the living room, with your home theater system taken care of. Thank you. So next question, Abhishek.
Jay Majithia asks, could you please share a few tips and tricks on how one can extract maximum life out of the hi-fi audio devices?
Okay. So Jay, I think we need to understand what equipment you use, because then only I'll be able to comment on it. But yes, in general, if you want the best life to come out of or maximum use from your hi-fi devices, certain best practices that I would recommend is have your content figured out, because content is very, very important. If you have a good content source, you will be able to get the best out of the equipment, because you are able to take the system to those standards which the AVR or the system can basically support or is compatible to. The second thing that matters is the wires or the cables that you are using. So cables and connectors are very important in getting the best juice out of your system. So try to use the best cables, best connectors that are available in the market to ensure that your system is highly performing, because you will get the best output from it. And the very third thing that is required to pull out the maximum juice from the system is to give it a reliable and a good pure power supply. So if the power supply is good to the system, then you can have the best best output coming from the system as well. Now how to do that? Well, there is a power conditioner that is available today in the market. So there is Furman, which is very, very popular. So try to use a power conditioner if at all your system is worth 5-6 lakhs and above. So these power conditioners will take care of your system's electronic life, and at the same time they will ensure that you get the best output from the system. So I think these three tips would help you pull out the best juice from your system. And with that, we come to an end of today's 3 questions. I hope that these 3 questions helped each one of you, as promised at the start of the video. And in case you have some more questions to ask, you know now what to do. And we now go on to the winner of today's session. So Abhishek, who do you think the winner is? Okay, so Abhishek says number 2, that is Vijay Hebare. So Vijay, congratulations. Thank you for asking a fantastic question about room acoustics in the living room, because I know for a fact that a lot of people have been taking care of their AV design so much that we tend to ignore the other element which is actually going to enhance the sound performance, which is the room acoustics. So thank you so much for asking that question, Vijay, and with that my team is going to get in touch with you to pass on the gifts to you. And thank you so much once again for asking that. I hope everyone liked this particular video and the information that we shared through this particular video. So just to make sure that you are not losing our touch, stay subscribed to our channel so that you can look out for our next videos that are coming up, as well as our next week's episode of Get Help with Tanmay Mehta. That's it from my end for this particular video, guys. I, Tanmay Mehta, your home technology consultant or Home Theatre Wale Bhaiya, will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much.